Okay, had a chance to work this design using pivot cabinetry, and got an estimate for that, and by far pivot is going to cost less because they have a 20% off promo until the end of April. And I will go over this design with you. Probably easiest to use the floor plan, which is right here. This cabinet is a 15-inch wide cabinet, and it has rollout trays in it. It's supposed to have 4 of them. It says quantity 4 right there. So it's supposed to have 4 of them, and they're supposed to be soft close too. Very similar to your drawers. See the cabinet over the refrigerator? There's a wall cabinet here. This is a pantry pullout. Let's look at this. Pantry pullout. Let's see, there's trays. This pulls out. And you have a sink base. I got a valance going over the kitchen window. Bank of 4 drawers. Another wall cabinet. This is the diagonal wall cabinet, which is kind of hard to see in a one-dimensional drawing. It'll have adjustable shelves inside. Then we have a Super Susan in the corner. Super Susan, there'll be 2 trays on a fixed shelf that spin independently. There's a 12-inch wide wall cabinet. You asked for a 1.5-inch filler. It's going to actually be a 3-inch filler that you'll have to cut down. That's right there. And I also put one right on the base right there. I don't know if you need it, but according to the math, you will need that. So, then we have your stove and a base cabinet. I believe this base cabinet has roll-out shelves. Yes, that's what the RT15SC stands for, roll-out trays. This here is your trash cabinet. Looks like it's showing a single. Let's take a look at this. The graphic's showing a single, but usually you can fit 2 in there, and sometimes this graphic isn't correct. I can double check that, but you can generally fit 2 bins in a 18 wide cabinet. And here is a 2-drawer base, 36 wide. And here is another 18-inch wide with 2 roll-out trays in it, I believe. Already 2 roll-out trays. And there's paneling on the back of the island. Let's take a look at this in 3D again. These pieces here are your finished ends. I like to make them loose. Which ends up allowing the side of the cabinet to be flush with the face frame. I'll show you. This is kind of hard to tell, but yeah, I might not be able to show you. But there's a little bit of a notch. This notch is a 1/4 inch, and the finished ends fit right into that notch. It allows that, and the finish ends are 1/4 inch thick, so And this notch is 1/4 inch, so that ends up flushing out the side of the cabinet where it's exposed. It's particularly important to do that with the base cabinets, because you might have to shim this cabinet up, and in order to hide the shims, which would be on the side of the cabinet, the loose finished end would be cut. I make them taller than you need, and they'd be cut at the job site. So that's what some of these pieces are. These 4 pieces here are filler pieces that you would use to attach the crown molding. These are 3 inches tall, and the crown molding is 2.5 inches tall. So speaking of which, this is the simple door style, which I would call a shaker door style. This is the raised panel door style, so you can kind of pause the video and study those specs. So I priced out the traditional and the simple. This is a standard. These are standard overlay doors. If you want a full overlay door, then I can make some adjustments. It probably won't cost much more, but it usually does cost a little bit more for a full overlay door. Here's the crown that I picked out, a simple cove. And this is the construction of the, we had a couple of pictures of the construction of the pivot cabinet. You can see this is plywood box. They're using stretcher rails. You can see the dovetail drawer. Let me hit the next slide. You can see the dovetail drawer, full extension, dadoed bottom, fully captured dado bottom, and you can see that the guides are concealed. You can't see them. They're back here underneath the drawer box. Let's show the other side of it. So that is the lay of the land. If I can answer any questions, clarify anything, please let me know.